Welcome to Rauta's Black Metal Reviews. This time we have a band that actually had a tragic ending this year, 2021. One of the main guys, the man behind vocals, bass and beyond, just unfortunately decided to end his life, and so was the career for Human Serpent, it seems, ended after 9 years of existence. Now, that's not the reason, however, why I'm going to do a double review of Human Serpent's albums, second and third ones, but because these were sent to me for review a very, very long time ago, and because they were older, they kind of had to wait for the time to get review, unfortunately, after the band has ceased to exist. But it is what it is, life ends, and that's a shitty part of life for some people. We'll start with the second album by Human Serpent called Inhumane Minimalism. And basically this description fits both albums as well. It's not like the band changed its style too much during the years, but kind of did more or less the very, very same style of black metal. So this is the kind of a band, kind of a music that if you're bound to like one album, you are most likely going to like the others as well, at least for these two. Now, I know that applies to a lot of bands, but there are also lots of bands that change their styles way too much over the years, and at least this one is not one of those ones. This comes from Greece, yet, however, it has nothing to do with common Greek black metal, especially if you're thinking bands like Rotten Christ, Varatron, etc. This has nothing to do with that, but it's more like the kind of a Nordic style of black metal with its rather fast tempo and melodic black metal. One can even say there is a bit of a modern Finnish black metal with the DNA here, especially in the style of how the melodies are done. So that might be one comparison you could do with both of these Human Serpent albums. This third album came a couple of years later for I, the Misanthropist, and this very much continues the same ways as the second album. Not much have really changed in terms of style. The production is a little bit more pro with this one, but the style, once again, very fast tempo, melodic, and obviously dark. We're, after all, talking about black metal here. And the second album came out as a nice looking digipack, both on different labels, and obviously there are a couple of more albums, as you will soon find out. I will tune in you for Metal Archives as the backdrop for this review. So the band started in 2012, and soon after they had their first demo, then moving on to a split and first album 2014, followed by this Inhumane Minimalism in 2015, and third album for I, the Misanthropist, 2018. And their last album came out this year, which I haven't heard, so can't really compare how the band had its evolution going on through 33 more years of existence. As you can see on Metal Archives, these are pretty highly reviewed or appreciated, like over 90% on average. Now, I don't know which kind of people really like to think about like that, but I wouldn't go as far. While these are totally quite cool and easy to listen, and the very kind of safe ways of doing black metal, I find that these albums, both of these, kind of lack the originality or something to make them, stand out from the big mass of black metal. I mean, there's so many good black metal bands out there nowadays that it's really, really hard to just, be this one band that stands out like, hey, we're better than 99% of the bands. And unfortunately, that's very true with Human Serpent. Now, that is not to say that these albums are not good. Actually, they are very, very listenable. First of all, they're very compact. They hardly go more than 30 minutes. So it's not like they kind of bore you down with too many songs, too lengthy ones, and all that stuff. They keep it compact and intense. And throughout these courses, they run with fast tempo and having a little bit of that, what could be called as catchiness with their kind of a melodic parts. So these are the kind of Greek versions of Finnish black metal with a little bit of Marduk in them. In a way, I wouldn't say they sound like Marduk, but the kind of a sheer intensity, the fast tempo, and all that kind of reminds me of certain Marduk albums, the more fast forward kind of stuff. But the melodies are more something that I would say go to Finnish black metal ways. And for some people that is great news. But those who never got to like modern days of Finnish black metal, that is especially 2010 onwards, well, probably not going to like this kind of stuff either. Now, both of these albums, like I said, they are very, very nicely done. They are proper quality. The band really knows their drill. But unfortunately, the downside is they kind of keep themselves way too, too much in one small box. That is, once you've heard one track or two, you pretty much know how the album is gonna end. There are no big surprises, there are no lots of tempo changes, there are not much variety in the songwriting, so it's either you're gonna like the whole album or probably not a song at all. In my opinion, these albums lack the so-called hit songs, the kind of in the shadow of the horns kind of a thing, or versions, Jesus Todd kind of tracks, which are like, yeah, everybody knows them, even if you're not a big fan of the band. So these are all very consistent in style and quality, but unfortunately that means there are no real peak moments. Then again, the good side is there are no low moments either, so it's pretty consistent all the way through. Once you like a song, etc., you know the drill. Both albums are very much the same quality, so it's kind of hard to say which one is better. If I really had to pick a winner here for some weird, peculiar reason, I would say this the Misanthropist is a little bit better than this one. But really, in my opinion, it doesn't matter which way you go, which one you hear first. They're both quite the same quality and the same style. So in case you like one, you're probably gonna like the other one as well. Too bad the band had a tragic ending, but sometimes life throws too hard lemon curveballs on your way, and that's too much to handle. But those people who are looking for some Greek fast tempo black metal, go give Human Serpent a chance. A really interesting band, at least for the time they had here on Earth. That's all I had to say. Check out the bands, and you will have links provided in the description box. Go, enjoy, and all that. Bye-bye.